All right. The next question is from Sean.
Over in Indiana, baby. Right next door to Kentucky.
Indiana. He says, I'm in the research area of the blueprint. My area of expertise is problem solving, aka innovation or creative problem solving. I have tons of tools, research, and resources. I train people to be more creative in all areas of their lives so they can solve life's problems. I thought about focusing on entrepreneurs or business owners, but this feels cliche. I really just want to serve everyone.
Okay. John.
Would love your thoughts and feedback.
Okay. Number one, you can't serve everybody, Sean. Okay. So
you're trying to serve everybody, you're serving nobody.
That's right. And if you've ever been to a member call, you've heard Jocelyn say that 1,000 times. All right. So number one, this question at the heart of it is about choosing a niche for your online business, choosing a niche to make money online, right? So also choosing an idea. That's what we're talking about here. So Sean has his big picture idea. He knows he's a problem solver. I would assume what Sean will create in his member area is going to be frameworks and question worksheets to help people work through a problem, kind of like troubleshooting their problems, right? What he's got to figure out is what problems. It's not just this general template that works for every problem you could ever solve, right? You're going to have to niche down and pick a space. It's not cliche to help entrepreneurs and businesses. That is not true. Listen, since the COVID outbreak started, since March, when they started shutting down things, I just read this today, 66,000 small businesses couldn't solve the problem they were going through, and they have been out of business because of that. So if it was cliche or oversaturated, then there would be so much service and help out there for those entrepreneurs that those 66,000 small businesses would not have gone out of business, right? So the reason it's cliche, the reason it may feel cliche is because people who are listening to this Q&A, people who are listening to this podcast, you listen to a lot of business podcasts, so it feels cliches, but 99% of people don't listen to the podcast you're listening to. 99% of people are out there winging it, trying to keep their pizzeria open, right? And they need support, and they need help, and they need problem solving, okay? So I would think that you're going to have to niche down. Now, it doesn't have to be the internet marketing email marketer entrepreneur. Like maybe you're a problem solver that can help small business, like restaurants. Like how do restaurants solve the problem right now of making money when they're not open? How can we've had some brilliant things here happen. We've seen in our local marketing. There's a Mexican restaurant in town. Amazing people. It's our favorite Mexican restaurant. The guys that own it, we talk to them. They know our kids.
They know our name.
They know what we're going to order. They're like, "Hey, man, you want the taco?"
Yes,
right?
They really do.
That was my terrible Spanish accent. You know,
please no.
Yeah, but they know exactly what we order. They're great friends of ours. Got amazing kids, and they're just amazing people. When they've been giving away they said they've created a pay us later format where people could come in and get food if they're out of work, and they said pay us later. And what happened was it created all this reciprocity. People were, we were tipping them I was tipping them $20 a meal every time I ordered food because I was like, man, I'm paying for somebody else's food. They're giving food to people, and they weren't doing it. They weren't doing it just for marketing, right? But it was this pay it later program. It went viral. Everybody was talking about it. People came back and paid them more later, and it really. We watched them. Their place was surrounded by cars during the entire quarantine. And when everything opened up, they were good. And like now they could only have 50% capacity. So they brought in tents and surrounded their parking lot, and they got some more space.
Like picnic tables.
Yeah. And they repainted all the lines to make sure more cars could fit in. They really, really worked hard to solve the problem, and they're thriving and other people aren't, right? So maybe you could facilitate for restaurants. Maybe you could help grocery stores. Maybe you could help online businesses. Maybe you could help, I know your background, Sean, from knowing you inside the community. We met Sean in person, had a great chat with him at a live event we were at. Your background is in email marketing and organization of inboxes. So maybe there's a wider net there of project management. How do people organize projects to be as organized as the inboxes? I don't know what it is, but the riches are in the niches, and that's as cliche as you want it to be because it's true. And here's the thing about cliches. I love it when people say this. Do you know why they're cliches? Because they're probably true, and it's probably what you should do. Like I'm going to get hammered for saying this by somebody. Somebody's going to get mad at me. Michael Hyatt is his whole shtick is to be cliche. Everything he says is as clear and cliche as possible by design, because great truths are cliche, right? So don't be afraid of cliche, guys. Be cliche. Like the people who are like, oh, it's cliche, I'm not doing that. You know what? They're the people not making any money because all the cliche people are vacuuming up all the cash, right? So don't be afraid of that. You got to niche down. You got to pick a niche. You can't serve everybody. And I hate to tell you this, but your framework is not good enough to solve every problem. It might be generally good enough for you to solve every problem, but what can you teach someone else to do? What niche are they in that they can apply the framework? And if you can do that, now you've got a big deal, right? Because you've got to solve
who have you
a
helped
problem.
in the past? Like who do you have as a testimonial right now? Maybe that could be an idea of where you could go next.
And you've helped people with their inboxes. I know that for sure. So that's probably the springboard of, hey, where else would my organizational framework for inboxes work? And if you can start looking around, you can figure out other places where you can apply the same things that you've been teaching. But for everybody choosing a niche, because that's what this question is really about, is choosing a niche. You got to niche down. You got to solve a problem. You got to solve someone's real problem that they can articulate to you, at least the pain points, or you're not going to be able to make any money. Okay.
This success story is from Jill. Jill says, I uploaded the 50th episode of my podcast.
Boom! That's
I got
awesome.
a new client from an online marketing agency and did 2 bids for potential clients today. And my membership is set up on Kajabi. I have a few friends in there as my beta group. I'm working on lead magnets and ads to get my first actual member.
That is awesome. Congratulations on your 50th podcast. I think something like 90% of podcasters stop in 10 episodes or less. So you're in rare air, my friend, and we are super proud of you for sticking that.
It's crazy, the statistics on podcasts like that.
Yep.
Like there are so many people who just don't make it even past like 10.
Yep. And you have to be, if you're going to be successful in business, you have to be consistent, prolific, and relentless. But guess what? Until you're consistent, you don't get to be the other 2. So you are being consistent with your podcast, and that is going to pay off for you in the future. Hey, y'all. Shane Sams here from the Flipped Lifestyle Podcast and flippedlifestyle.com. My wife, Jocelyn, and I are former school teachers who figured out how to make our entire living on the internet. And now we help other families do the same. Thank you so much for listening to today's featured online business question from a real member of the Flip Your Life community. I hope that you enjoyed today's show and that it helped you get unstuck and take your next steps in your online business journey. Have you ever had a question about online business, making money online, or becoming an internet entrepreneur? My wife, Jocelyn, and I have helped thousands of people start, build, and grow their own online businesses and create stable, predictable, recurring revenue for their family. We would love to help you and your family too inside of the Flip Your Life community. Each month, we host 2 live Q&As where we answer your questions to help you take your next steps toward success. Each month, we host live members-only Q&As where we help you get unstuck and move closer to your family's dream. We would love to see you on our next Q&A inside of the Flip Your Life community. All you have to do is go to flippedlifestyle.com/free. That's flippedlifestyle.com/FREE, and you can sign up for a 30-day free trial to the Flip Your Life community. That's going to give you access to every single course, every single community forum, and 2 member calls every single month where you can come and ask questions live. That's flippedlifestyle.com/free. Go sign up for your free trial today. That's all I've got today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single episode of the Q&A with S&J. Tell us what you think about today's show in the comments, or go leave us a 5-star review. And tune in every single week for the Flipped Lifestyle Podcast, where we help a real member of the Flip Your Life community one-on-one, and then we air that conversation live for everyone to hear. Remember, all you need is 100 people to pay you $50 a month to make $5,000 a month. That's $60,000 a year. That's enough money to flip your life and change your family future. Until next time, get out there, take action, and do whatever it takes to flip your life. We'll see you then.